This is Bonnie Scott, beautiful Bonnie Scott, and she is very talented because, would you believe, she makes fascinating jewelry, which she's going to show you how to do it, but she also sells things, including pocketbooks.
Yes, these are purses that are made in Indonesia on treadle machines, so they have no electricity. These women pedal the machines and they make these beautiful purses, and after the tsunami they lost their income, so this is a way for them to create income for themselves and their families.
Are they expensive?
They are on the higher side. I try and meet the market here in our county so that we can support their efforts as well.
Now, what's the address? Because if people want to come and buy things from you, where do they go?
They would come to 534 Church Street in Odessa.
Odessa. And a phone number in case?
Sure, 594-3016. Or a web page.
Now, what's that?
JoyfulAdornments.com.
Joyful Adornments. She is a very joyful person. And you can see some of the things. Now, this is jewelry that you make?
It is jewelry that I make. I make all the silver as well as the glass. And these are pieces that I call the halo necklace, because these little halos of glass can be removed. You can wear just the silver part or change the halo.
And you call it joy? Or
This is a halo. This is a halo necklace.
But on top it says joy here.
Well,
I figure
that's
just
because our motto, joyful adornments. We create
Sometimes
joy.
I'm dumb and I don't get all of these things.
You've got it.
Now, show us all the other things, because you've got so many new things here.
Certainly. We have loose beads for people that like to make their own jewelry. So I make the beads that they can use to create beautiful things that they're interested in. We have completed pieces of jewelry. We have complete sets where you can get the necklace and the beads. These beads happen to be hollow so that they're lighter weight.
These are beautiful. How much is something like this, for instance?
Something like that's about $125.
Really?
There's about 60 beads on that.
Gracious.
I'm wearing it myself today.
Are you on credit cards?
Yes, and of course. Yes. Yes.
And you have them in all colors.
We have things in all colors. We have bracelets. These are a really attractive and beautiful item for your wife, perhaps, because you're not always there to help her with her bracelet, so she can hold this to put her bracelet on with by herself. Isn't that interesting?
Ah.
And then it looks beautiful on her dresser.
And how much is that?
That is $45.
You have some terrifically imaginative things.
Thank you. We have an upcoming piece. This is a Christmas ornament we're going to be featuring. We're going to start taking orders for this, and this is a hollow bead as well, several beads, and that's going to be a new collection that we're going to offer year after year.
You're pretty smart.
Oh, well,
wow.
I get in trouble.
Now, back here is your workshop.
Yes, this is the studio, and people are welcome to come and watch me demonstrate. They can come and make a bead. They can even take lessons here. So we'd be.
You're going to come and show us.
We're going to sit right down here.
This.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to turn on the furnace.
Can I sit here?
Please do.
The furnace is.
This is the kiln. The kiln is there to anneal the glass, and so I'll make it here at the torch, and I'll explain how that works, and then it goes into the annealer to cool down so that it takes the shock out of the glass, so that later it's not so fragile and it's more useful. So when somebody comes to the studio, you can come right in here. Frequently I'm here making things, and we have we have oxygen being pumped in from the other room. It's from an oxygen concentrator machine. I don't like to listen to it breathe, so it breathes in the other room, and the air comes through here, so you hear that. And then we're going to turn on the gas. We have propane coming in from outside. Turn on the propane and light that. So that's the propane, but then when you add the oxygen, it makes a blue flame. And now that's about 3,000 degrees.
Wow.
Now behind you, if you'd grab a pair of glasses for yourself, out of the back there. We want to protect our eyes because the flame is very bright, and you'll be able to actually see more by.
Oh my goodness.
You'll be able to see more in the flame. Okay, so the glass comes from Italy, most of it. Some of it comes from China, and a little bit of it comes from Germany, but Italy did it the best the first time around, so I get most of it from Italy. So they come in rods, and I would come in here and heat this like that, and you'll see it starts to ball up on the end. the molecules in the glass want to huddle together. They want to round, and that's what soft glass does. It's soda lime glass. So it huddles together like that. Now I'm going to show you how elastic glass is by pulling it. I'm going to get a little gather on here. You've probably watched some things in Corning. I'm very fortunate to live very close to Corning, and I can take lessons and classes over there. So we have a little
You've got to have
gather.
a steady hand.
Yes, and I'm trying not to be nervous this morning.
Oh.
So we'll pull this, and this is how elastic glass can be. We're going to pull this to use in a little bit in our demonstration.
See, you're terrific. You're not shaking at all.
There you go.
Wow.
Now it's firm, it's cool because the air temperature in here is cooler than that flame. And we'll break that off here so that we can use it in a minute. And then next, I'm going to take one of these rods. This is a welding rod.
Mm-hmm.
It's a steel rod, and on the end of it you see I have clay. It's a liquid clay, and then it dries. And by putting the clay on there, when I put the glass on, it won't stick later.
Mm-hmm.
If I put it right on the metal, I just have a pretty stick.
I see. You're going to show us the finished product.
So now we're going to see a finished product here. We're going to make a bead. And the size of the mandrel, the size of this rod, is what the size of the hole of the bead is. So you can see next to you are mandrels that go from 1/8 all the way up to 1/2 inch at any given time. So the glass rounds like that. And once I get a little gather on there, I'm going to come in and touch the rod and roll the glass around.
And that makes a bead.
And there's your bead.
Pretty good. And how about the hole in the middle?
The hole in the middle is there. It's where the rod is, and so then it will go, once we're done with this bead, once we're done decorating it, it'll go in the kiln and cool off. And tomorrow I'll put it in water, and that clay will disappear. It'll go into the water, and then I can pull the bead off.
You have a lot of fun doing this.
I do enjoy this. I think it's really like watching a magic trick when you're working with glass. So we're going to try and be steady here. You'll see I have my hands on this.
Yeah.
These aren't necessary, but they're very nice to have as a way to steady yourself. So I'm going to come in here, and I like to describe what I'm going to do next is when you color on paper, you take your crayon to the paper and you move your crayon. I'm actually going to move the paper mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So you watch this, and I'll be working in the small part of the flame. So come over here, go like this.
Oh my, you've got the whole
So
whole design is coming out.
mostly moving the left. It's very subtle. So now I have a design on there. And I'm going to melt that in while I reach for a tool here.
Now the thing to do
Yes,
is I need to tell everybody to come by. Can I take off my glasses?
certainly.
Is to come by and see for yourself, because it's fascinating. And I want to thank you very, very much for being such a great instructress.
Certainly. Let me show you what the result of what we just made. I have one. It's the magic of television.
Yeah.
This is what we just saw being made.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. What a talent you have.
Well, thank you. I enjoy it a lot.
Goodness
I do
gracious.
enjoy it, and I enjoy sharing it with other people. Thanks for coming.
Come and share it. We'll see you here. I'll be busy making jewelry. I've learned.